Just kidding. I'm not shaking this water up. I don't want to make that much of a mess. All right, here we are, February, 60 degrees. And we're gonna talk about new 24. I've been a fan of 24 for years. All the way back to when I was in my parents' basement watching it in the darkness on a 30-inch CRT. I could be here all day if I went over and over and over all the crap that Jack Bauer did and should have been killed for or in jail. He survived nuclear bombs, killed his bosses. It was insane. The guy was off the map. So needless to say, this was entertaining garbage television. So here we are today in 2017, and naturally they want to bring back Kiefer Sutherland and keep this cocaine-fueled adrenaline rush of a show back. I know he's got a new show now, but I don't really know what Kiefer's deal was. He was just hungover, you know, strung out on drugs. He couldn't handle it anymore. 24 was sucking the life out of him. This guy was bananas for this show. He would go crazy. So what you have now is you have this new show, 24 Legacy. So first things first, it's not as good as original 24 yet. It's got all the typical 24 things. You know, the corniness, the subplots that, you know, probably aren't even good enough for daytime TV. So you can't say that the writing's any worse than it was, because in season 2, Kim got attacked by a friggin' cougar in the woods. We all know this. A cougar. This makes no sense. This is some after-school special shit. So the plots are on the same level as they've always been. The only missing ingredient is cocaine. Cocaine fueled through Kiefer Sutherland / Jack Bauer's body. Now, this new guy, Eric Carter, he's alright. We haven't had nearly enough time to really judge this guy yet. He hasn't had too many things to face yet, so we can't really judge him yet.
Ben, what are you talking about?
There's been some moments, but it's mostly been him running around doing video game tactics that the 24 is known for. For those who don't know, 24 is a show about a unit, or usually one guy, Jack Bauer, but in this case it's going to be Eric Carter, who has to go and fight and stop terrorists within a short time frame, 24 hours. It's a limited time. There's going to be a terrorist attack. Someone has to shut that shit down. What I think I'm waiting for in this season is an explosive moment. And by explosive, I mean literal explosion. There's always a fucking explosion. And usually when the explosion happens, someone dies or it gets kicked off to the next level. And so far, it's just mostly been a lot of shooting and telling people what to do, which is 24 to a T. Exposition hell. We need to get some fucking explosions in here. And this will no doubt happen. The first 4 episodes have been pretty good. The first episode had a pretty good action sequence that was straight out of a video game. I felt like I was watching Super Mario Brothers as the pipe rolled down the hill. You gotta watch it to check it out. The second episode involved a Grand Theft Auto-like mission where Carter had to steal something from the police, because why the hell not? The third episode, it's where we started getting really ridiculous, involved him getting out of the police situation like that, because it's 24, you have to resolve it quick. There's no time for this BS. Do a Max Payne-style shootout through a subway. The fourth episode was a 24 staple, filled with moles. It's all about who's double-crossing who. It was kind of boring, but hey, that's 24 for you. You gotta have the downs with the ups. It's a symbiotic relationship. If I'm just talking about the mains, I'm not doing 24 justice. I have to talk about the subplots, because the ridiculous subplots of 24 are really what make the show sing. And by sing, I mean sing badly. The first one, Eric Carter's girlfriend, naturally, when shit hits the fan, he's got to get her the hell out of there. She can't be collateral damage. We all know what happens when the main character's wife gets taken out. The main character goes nuts. I mean, we love it, but, you know, naturally, if you were the main character, you got to get your wife or your significant other out of there. They don't need to be in the picture. Of course, he immediately puts her into the lion's den with his brother, who's associated with all these nefarious soap opera types where they try to double-cross each other, screw each other over. It's ridiculous.
If a lion would...
7, Patterson under center. Spread formation, 2 left receivers.
The other subplot is, you know, you can't have 24, you can't have your action without your political element. You gotta have some characters who are involved on the higher side, calling the shots, representing the executive, judicial, whatever branch you like. So in this season, it's Jimmy Smits, who's trying to run a clean campaign, but apparently every single person on his staff is a mole and trying to screw him over and related to terrorists.
I'm having a hard time accepting this.
If you watch it long enough, you'll find ways to make yourself laugh and really enjoy it, or not, but hey, who knows? The third subplot, oh god, this is my favorite subplot. This subplot, it makes no sense. There's no logic. It's definitely bad writing. It's definitely corny, and oh my goodness gracious. You got Finding Carter, the MTV chick who was a kidnapped girl. She's a Russian, and she's in school. She has a boyfriend. Her boyfriend suspects she's a terrorist because, I don't know, she's Russian. Of course, she is a terrorist. The boyfriend goes to the teacher to tell on her that he suspects his Russian girlfriend is a terrorist, because who doesn't do that, right? It turns out that the Russian Finding Carter chick is actually in league with the teacher. She goes to the teacher and tells him that he needs to continue making a bomb for her Islamic boyfriend, for her Islamic brother. I can't even keep track of this. This is so bananas. You have to see this plot, and the things that happen in this plot are so space alien to me that I can't even quantifiably understand what it is that we're talking about exactly here. And I mean, I could definitely spoil it here, but I kind of just want you as the viewer to watch it on the internet. This shit is so bad. It's so bad. I mean, I feel like I could commission an actual animal, a cougar, to write a better plot than they did for this subplot. I could just give him the pencil. He would rip it to shreds and it would be all over the paper, and then someone would translate it, and then it would actually be a more coherent. But I guess that's not the point. The point is, it doesn't have to be coherent. It just has to be entertaining. And this is entertaining in such a ridiculous way. What I'm trying to get at is, if you open your mind and you just let yourself not think about shit and you just watch it, there's entertaining value there. Now, that being said, I want an old character to return, and this guy has not returned yet, so bring him back. Show's entertaining as hell. If you like the original 24, watch it. It's got the core elements in there. I would love to see more intensity out of this Eric Carter guy, but we're only 4 episodes in, so maybe we'll see some crazy stuff at the end. Explosions, explosions, explosions. That's what we need. It's a lot of reprehensible decisions. It's like one of those books you had as a kid where you had the choice to go left or right. You can make whatever choices you want. 24 is you always make the bad choice and see what happens. That's what I relate it to. So hopefully this guy gets out of prison because he's trying to tunnel out of a wall, and I'm out of here. I'm tunneling out of here.